Welcome one and all inside the CU Rec Center Ice Rink here in Boulder, Colorado on a stormy winter night. It is a nice, comfy, roughly 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. A little bit warmer here in the rink, but that doesn't matter. It's always cold in here. But we're ready for some Division II men's hockey tonight as the BMHC Buffs, Colorado Buffaloes, take on the men's Division II independent Sault College Cougars. Thank you all for tuning in to ScoBuff Sports alongside Liam Howard. I'm Kieran Warger. And this is the second game this weekend for the Division II Buffaloes. As last night they took on Michigan State for their senior night, and that was one heck of a game. I know Liam and I weren't here last night, but it was one heck of a game to watch from home. Liam, what did you see there, man?
Just another really high-scoring game for the Buffaloes in a season that has been full of it. They're led by their captain, Diego Pitones, who's been a scoring machine for them. He broke the all-time Division II men's point leader, stat leader earlier this season, and he's going to be going into a game against a team in Sault that is they're an independent team, but they're currently second-ranked among the independent schools, and they are another very high-scoring offense, led by their star forward, Michael Chafee. He currently averages 2.33 points per game, and he has been leading this unit in what has been a very cohesive and high-scoring offense to this point.
This is going to be one heck of a matchup here this evening. As looking at tonight, as Sault College comes in here from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada, just north of the northernmost point in Michigan, Northern Ontario, and that is where some of the studs in the NHL. That's where a lot of them come from, especially like Northern Ontario. They've got some great programs up there, so I would expect one heck of a showdown here tonight as they come into town to take on the number one ranked Colorado Buffaloes, as they are number one ranked in their conference, the BMHC. Coming into tonight, as Liam was saying, looking at stats for the Cougars tonight, they're led by Ethan Esposito, their star forward. He's got 33 points on the season, 16 goals, 17 assists. He's played in 22 games thus far. Points per goal, 1.50. So he's just a couple points ahead of the Buffs captain, Diego Pitones, who, as you said before, Liam, he's had one heck of a season, scoring 16 goals with 13 assists, playing in just about all the games. He has been absolutely incredible for the Buffs.
This is going to be a game that comes down to the goalies, who can perform better. There's going to be a lot of shots on goal in this game, and so when it gets down to the later periods, who's going to be able to step up, who is going to be able to withstand the length of this game and keep their teams in it. And Sault, as you mentioned, they come from an area with a lot of NHL talent. This is a very homegrown team, all from Canada, with the exception of one player who is from just below Sault in Michigan. And yeah, this is a very homegrown squad. They got a lot of local talent, and they've created quite the scoring unit. And so it's going to be expect a lot of fireworks in this game.
I would expect nothing less, Liam. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just under 4 minutes away from the Buffs and the Cougars taking the ice here and introducing the starting lineups. We will take a quick break here, and we will be back in just about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Our producer tonight is Nick Evans, and we have Remy Krupinski and Ryan Asaro as our photographers here this evening. Once again, Liam Howard on color commentary. I'm Kieran Warger on play-by-play. Stick around, just under 3.5 minutes to go here for player introductions. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CU Rec Center Ice Rink. You're watching ScoBuff Sports, and we are just about ready to get going here for the CU Colorado Buffaloes versus the Sault Cougars. And the chant is going strong on the Buffs bench as they're getting hyped up. You probably overheard the introduction of the starting lineups. Starting goaltenders tonight for the Buffs. We have number 1, Aaron Solomon. He has been absolutely instrumental this season. And for the Cougars, number 32, Trennis Riley. We'll see what happens here. And we were just about ready to get started for the first 20 minutes of play here.
And this is a game that's going to come down to CU's physicality. Obviously, Sault being a very high-scoring offense, they're going to need to stay physical in their defense. They're going to need to stay on the main shooters for Sault, as they have been known to pull away in games when they start getting on scoring runs. So going to be down to great goalie play and physicality on defense for the Buffs.
Cougars come away with the face-off win as Novello pushes out to number 17, Santa Maria. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. Novello can't connect with Wood. And that's picked up by Chase Johnson. Picked up by Polacek, fires toward the net, and that's saved by Riley.
Already seeing Sault trying to open up the ice, trying to spread their offense around before they can move it on, try and create some advantage runs down the ice early in this game.
Dom Alexandrov to attempt the face-off for the Buffs, and he will not get it. But that's one area the Buffs have struggled with this season, is winning the face-offs. And now the puck is loose in the neutral zone. It's picked up. Alexandrov fires toward the net, saved by Riley. Sioux charging down. It's 1-on-2. Short-handed. With number 23 out in front. Polacek can't get a stick on it as the Buffs come away with it. Here comes Alexandrov, turns it over. Another chance here for number 72, Kovakis. Puck is behind the net. Struggle for it. Picked up near the blue line. McDonald chips it back around, wraps it around behind the net. Here's number 10, keeps it in at the blue line. Nearly turned it over. Fire! Save by Aaron Solomon.
Solomon with a great glove save there. And the Buffalo's already doing a great job. They've been maintaining their defense very well. They haven't been allowing themselves to get too broken up, and they've definitely made sure that they haven't allowed Sault to get the advantages on the offensive side that they've been used to this season so far. But we got to see how that maintains through the game.
Sloppy face-off win there for the Buffaloes as that's wrapped around behind the net into the corner as Isaac Neffs clears his zone. Rolanda takes it for the Cougars, waiting for his team. Cougars with another chance here. 3-on-3, in front, save. Puck is loose in the corner, back out to the blue line. That's chipped just wide of the net. Solomon plays it. Willis chips it back into the corner. Luke Dow couldn't connect. Fight for it in the corner. Puck is chipped out and is loose. Willis fires back around behind the net. Luke Dow battling for it. Buffs come away with it as that is shot high. Londa. He's going to go to his bench. Puck is out in the neutral zone, and that's fired. Solomon comes out to play it. Luke Dow trying to get it at the half wall. Puck is still loose, no clear possession yet. Nick DePonio trying to get it in the corner for his team. Here's David Lefkus. Shot! Save! Oh, what a save by Aaron Solomon. Great chance here for the Cougars to capitalize. But there was a mob of Buffs defensemen in there to stop it as well. Puck is chipped high along the glass. Arthur Street tries to pick it up in the corner. He's battling for it with Jacob Kovakis. Buffs come away with it. Here's Luke Dow out to David Lefkis, the defenseman. Wow, cross ice pass save, and that goes high up into the glass. loose glove on the ice for the Buffaloes as Nick DePonio retreats to his bench. Here's Kyle Finateri. Puck is back in the Cougars zone as Dranch couldn't connect with it. Finateri sliding into it, and he is down in the corner. Here comes Alex Book with a big hit near the Cougars bench. Wood chips it back to McDonald. Fight for it at the half wall. Puck is loose once again. McDonald trying to get a good stick on it. Wood chips it out of his own zone, and we'll get an icing here.
That was a great job by CU. They've obviously those incredible saves by Solomon there. This is something that Sault has done this year. They get a lot of heat on their shots, but Solomon reacting quickly, able to get that incredible save off the glove, and then CU just staying sound in their defense. And there was a very good attempt there by Finateri for Sault to poke that free and had it for a moment, but Colorado able to collect themselves and get back in the advantage.
Falco couldn't connect with it. Here comes Wood up the ice, cross ice pass. That goes high. Another shot saved by Solomon. Another chance shot. 4 shots on goal thus far. Just within 5 seconds of each other. Willis keeps it in at the blue line. Big check in the corner on Novello. Another chance here for a wraparound. Could not get it. Willis, that's number 10, fires toward the net, and that goes wide. Great defense by the Buffs here as they wrap around. Here comes Chris Valco trying to pick it up in the corner. Alexandrov. No clear possession as Alexandrov finally comes away with it. And he will apply that pressure. He'll fire toward the net. Mob of defenders there, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
So far, a goalie clinic being put on by Solomon. Had a couple more saves on those shots on goal, and Salt's been getting a lot of opportunities for shots, but CU's been staying sound in their defense, not panicky at all. This is an experienced team, and they're coming in here and showing it early.
Absolutely. Sloppy face-off there, ultimately taken over by the Cougars, as Riley will cover that puck just seconds after that play. Just under 15 minutes to go here in the first. Lots of pressure by both teams thus far as the Buffs come away with this face-off. Here's Garrett Coveney. Shoots it back. Luke Dow picks it up, can't connect. Yolanda. Coveney tries to pick it up. That's chipped out toward Luke Dow, who can't connect with it, and it's turned over to Lemac. Here's a chance for Lemac in front. Great save, and that actually goes wide of Solomon. Big hit in the corner. It's a one-timer save, Solomon. That goes high to the netting and out of play, and we have an injured Cougar over by the half wall as the training staff comes out to tend to him.
That was a big hit laid there by Chris Valco. He is another one of the physical defensemen for this CU team, and looks like we just had there was just some contact. It was head to glass right there, and that seemed to be the primary contact there. This is part of this is something we've become a bit accustomed to seeing in CU games this season. There's been a lot of physicality in these games, and it has helped them to dominate the games that they have dominated, but glad to see he's skating off under his own power.
And he'll retreat to the locker room. That's number 77, Kyle Finateri. So hopefully he's okay. That was a dangerous play, as you were saying, Liam. But hopefully he can return to the ice later here in this game. We were just corrected. It's not Sault College, it's Sioux College, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize for that mishap. But I have heard, like, Sault Ste. Marie, they call themselves the Sioux. If you've ever seen the Hulu series Shoresy, I can't say half of the lines on this broadcast, but would highly recommend it if you're really into hockey. post keeps it back as Trey Chance gets it out of his zone, and that's fired back in. Knapp picks it up. He's in the corner, and a battle for it with Gabriel Zabrinko. Here comes a chance here for Isaac Janine. In the corner, Lefkis loses the puck. Nick DePonio fighting for it, as David Lefkis will ultimately come away with it. Fires toward the net. Great save by Riley. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. Thomas Knapp trying to pick it up, will not be able to. It's Trey Chance. He passes it toward David Lefkis and turns it over. Another chance here. Bit of a high stick there in the corner. Lots of physicality here at the half wall. Puck is finally out of the zone. Fire save by Solomon. Thomas Knapp comes away with it. Here comes Nick DePonio. He'll come back out to the neutral zone, applying that pressure. Here comes the speed as he's hit in the corner. The puck is picked up in front. Great chance for Noel Sinicki, who was just celebrated last night in the senior night ceremony, as that puck is deflected high into the netting and out of play.
Colorado looked like they might have had a breakaway opportunity there, but unfortunately there was that, well, it was a bit of a sloppy pass from Janine, got broken up, trying to get it over to Lefkis, but they're being answered by Sioux College right now with some physicality of their own. Colorado's shown that they're bringing it, but Sioux clearly knows they got to bring it as well, and they've been getting in the way of passes, and they've been chopping up Colorado's offense to this point.
Book is in the circle to attempt to face off. The Cougars will ultimately come away with this one. Here's a battle, and we'll get another penalty coming up here. Looks like it's going to be, let's see what the ruling is here. Excuse me, no penalty, it was an icing call. As Alex Book is attempting it once again for the Buffs, and this time he will come away with it after a sloppy chance. Turned over in front of the Cougars net. Falco trying to connect, will not do it. Here's Caleb Wood in front. There's a little pass out to Ethan Novello. Buffs come away with it at the half wall. There's Sault Ranch. We'll ship it in the corner for Book. Book looking for some help. Oreo in the corner. There's Dranch. Sioux comes away with it. Their bench wants a penalty there. They're not going to get one. Book back out to his teammate. Nearly turned over. There's a chance in front. Great save by Solomon. Johnson back out to Art. Here comes Lemke. Out in front, can't connect with any of his teammates. Great defense there by the Buffs. Here's Dom Alexandrov with a chance here. 1-on-2. And that will go wide. Big hit in the corner by Jacob Kovacs. Puck is packed up. Knocked out, can't connect, and we'll get another icing call.
And Sioux has been stepping up the physicality in these last few plays. There was Alexandrov taking that big hit at the end of the play. Sinicki, of course, he actually took a hit in the corner down on the Colorado side of the ice earlier in the play. And this definitely, the physicality has been, about what we expected to this point, but now just Colorado and Sioux both seem that they can separate and get some more shots.
Another face-off there, ultimately controlled by the Cougars. As Chafee comes up the ice, Luke Dow picks it up, and he's tripped into the corner. Here's Luke Dow, evading skaters left and right. Here he comes up the middle, backhand pass to, with a shot, great save by Riley. And we're gonna get a penalty here. Looks like it's going to be on number 23, Michael Chaffee. as he goes into the box for the Cougars.
Colorado had a potential scoring opportunity there, but weren't able to get set and positioned the way that they needed to be. They were only able to, they had probably I would say they could have had 2 or so shots on goal if they were properly aligned before being able to take that first shot, but only able to get 1 off there, and they haven't been able to get off as many to start this game as they've been used to this point, while Sault has been getting theirs that they've wanted, and mostly been lucky on the play of Solomon to this point for Colorado, as their offense has been struggling early.
That is true. The Sault defense has really been stepping up here, and that's caused the Buffs some nasty turnovers that could have been made. It could have been excellent goals, but coming into here, the Buffs have a power play, and let's see if they can capitalize and put themselves on the board first with about 10 minutes, 43 seconds to go. Officials are convening with the Cougars bench right now, just explaining the call there, as the coaching staff does not appear to be pleased.
As head coach Tanner Burton for Sault College, he's been their bench was up in arms earlier, just a few minutes ago. He was after what appeared to be a high stick over on the behind the Sault net, but no call was made, and now trying to, I'm assuming, explain either that call or just either the lack of calls and then the one that went against Sault just now.
Will Shadler, Buffalo's head coach, is talking to the officials just to make sure that they know the situation. The linesman comes over to explain, and it looks like we are ready to start play here, as Isaac Neffs attempts the face-off for the Buffs against Ethan Novello. The Buffs come away with it. Patones, cross-ice pass to Alexandrov. Great chance there, save by Riley. Puck is still in the zone. Here's Garrett Coveney looking for help. Back out to Patones. Turns it over. Alexandrov can't connect with the puck as Luke Dow leaves it back for Isaac Neffs. Alexandrov keeps it in at the blue line. Here's Neffs. Back out to Alexandrov. Can't connect, and that will force the Buffs to retreat, as the Cougars will get a line change. Here's Dow again. Great chances for defensemen to get on the board here early. Alexandrov mishandled the puck. That's broken up by Jacob Kovacs. Alexandrov passes it out to Patones. Cross ice. Patones will just fire it deep. Players tripping over each other behind the net of Riley. There's no clear. Here's Janine. Here's Jenin. Polacek. I got to Patones. Patones looking for help. Fires on the net. A mob of Cougar defensemen in the air in front of Riley. Great defense as Polacek is forced to retreat. Cross ice pass to Lefkis, who will shoot it deep and wrap it around. Polacek still can't connect with the puck, and that goes back into his own zone. Lots of power with about 10 seconds to go here in the power play. Great penalty kill by the Cougars. Alex Book waiting for the penalty clock to expire. Pass out to Polacek, cross ice pass to Lefkis. Here comes Lefkis up the right side. He'll lose the puck behind the net, and it's out. Nearly a chance there for the Buffaloes to score. Thomas Knapp keeps it in at the blue line, and it's chipped into the corner. Here's a chance here for the Cougars, as Zembrino goes up the middle. He retreats, shoots it back out to number 23. Here's Lofkus. Willis keeps it in the blue line, back out to Pavakis. Esposito in the corner. Here comes Knapp. Puck is in the neutral zone, picked out, kept out of the zone by Solomon. Thomas Knapp With a check, and we've got a delayed penalty coming up here. It will be on the Buffs. Puck is loose at the half wall. Penalty here looks like it's going to be on Thomas Knapp.
Early on in that possession, it was the type of possession the Buffaloes have been looking for off that face-off. Had a few shots lined up, but weren't able to connect. And after that, they weren't able to get back in that way. But that was a good possession. They were set up well, and winning those face-offs can go a long way for this team. And when they have won those face-offs, that's been where they've gotten a lot of their success. But it's been a bit few and far between for them this season.
Face-off will be reattempted here. Neither player is waved off. Buffs will come away with it this time, as they'll clear their zone. See if the Buffs can effectively kill this penalty. Chance here for the Cougars to capitalize. Just under 7.5 to go. 19. There's a chance here for Kovacs. Kovacs. Back out top. Here's Kovacs again in the corner. Check in the corner. Kovacs, one-timer, saved by Solomon. Patones clears the zone. Just inside 7 minutes to go.
Very physical play by the net that time. Was very close to setting up a shot opportunity for Sioux, but the Buffaloes were able to get back on top of it. Oh, now we have a steal.
Deponio is checked. Buffs wanted a penalty. They're not going to get one. Physicality of hockey really setting in here. Reese Chafee. At the blue line. Here's Chaffee again. Fires! Great save by Solomon. Puck is loose in the middle. Great defense there. Tanner Simpson trying to get it. Chafee comes away with it again. Another chance here. Well, still short-handed. 20 seconds to go here in the power play. Johnson chasing that puck back into his zone. 15 seconds. He'll hold on to the puck. Wait for his team to retreat. But final chance here with 5 seconds. That's fired back into Buffalo's zone. Esposito tried to get it. Esposito checks right behind the net. Deponio again. And fires, and that goes high. Shannon can't connect and turns it over. Another chance here for the Cougars in front. Great miscommunication there. Great chance. Out in front. Here's David Lefkis chasing the puck. It's Blonda in pursuit. Nearly turned over. Shot saved by Riley. That was Josh Janine. Kept into the zone. Check there by Nick Deponio. He is all over the place tonight, ladies and gentlemen. David Lefkis with a shot goes wide. A little pass out to Aiden Habel. Can't connect. We'll get an icing call here against the Cougars. That's been the Cougars. That's been where they've been struggling. Lots of icing calls against them and resulting in face-offs in their zone. So their defense has done a great job thus far, Liam.
Yeah, it's overall been a great job by their defense. They've also done a great job making up for those icing calls by winning their face-offs. They've won, I think, all but one face-off in their zone, one or two face-offs in their zone so far. And if they can keep that up, the icing calls aren't going to affect them too much. But it is something to be aware of as we keep going along in this game.
Torres with a shot that goes wide. No clear possession of the puck as Chris Valco tried to come away with it with another shot saved by Solomon. Great chance here, another check by Ethan Esposito, the leading scorer for the Cougars. Isaac Neffs with a check, and we're going to get a big penalty here on Esposito, as Isaac Neffs is slow to get up, admittedly so.
Isaac Neffs took quite the hit there. That was a That right there he was just in quite the wrong place at the wrong time and did not see the Sioux defender coming, and man, that was laying the lumber here. And these officials have been letting the physicality go to this point so far. This is going to be a very physical game, and it's been made very clear so far.
Certainly. As Neffs retreats to the locker room, his glove did come off on that hit, so he will be checked out by the training staff. Face-off is going to be in the neutral zone. Book will attempt the face-off for the Buffs against Cougars, who's been instrumental this game. Sinicki picks it up in the neutral zone as Willis retreats back into Cougars zone with the puck. Puck is loose. Chris Valco can't pick it up as Kovacs is chasing the puck. Esposito. Kovacs. Chafee. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. Chafee trying to come away with it. And he will. Great stick handling. Back out to Willis. That's just chipped back into wrapping around the Buffs net. Esposito can't connect with it, and that's fired out of the zone by Sinicki. Icing here against the Buffaloes. So here's a chance here for the Cougars to capitalize with the face-off in the Buffs zone.
Yeah, this right here is where the Buffaloes are going to have to win their face-offs. If Cougars are able to get set up the way that they like and they're able to get the puck quickly off the face-off, it's going to generate a lot of those shots. And Solomon's been great for them so far, but you can only rely on him so much when you're putting him in a position like this.
8 shots on goal thus far for the Cougars. As that face-off is won by the Buffs and cleared. Puck is shot high. Luke Dow picks it up. Tries to get it back into his zone. Great pressure here by the Cougars. Chris Valco. Puck is loose in the corner still. Looks like Josh Goki. Willis at the blue line. Here's Dow behind the net. Back out. Picked up by Lemke. That's going to be gloved here by Solomon, and play will stop.
Didn't look like he was attempting to glove it there. He was trying to pass it back out to his teammate, but officials made the call.
We get another face-off here for the Buff zone. Another critical moment here. You have to win this face-off. Santa Maria attempting it for another shot there on goal. It looked like Arthur Street gets it back out to Luke Dow. Simpson. Alexandrov shipped up in the neutral zone as Tanner Simpson shifts over Alexandrov in the neutral zone. That's cross-ice pass. No one there to receive it. There's Johnson. Simpson. Simpson chips it back out toward Johnson, who will come away with it. It's 1-on-2. Shot, and it goes high. Johnson passes it back to Santa Maria. Looked like. Novello. Puck is behind the zone. As Nick DePonio is trying to pick that up. Novello. That's shot high. There's a cross-ice pass to Thomas Knapp. Levkis. Back out. Willis picks it up for the Cougars. Santa Maria. Turns it over to Aiden Habel. Here comes Levkis. Up the left side. Pass out to Nick DePonio in front. Score! Nick DePonio off the redirect from Thomas Knapp, and the Buffs are on the board first with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go here in the first period. What a shot!
That was an incredible shot there, and that's the type of possession that they've been getting often in this game. They haven't had a lot of breakaway chances, but they were able to make something happen there. Lefkis with just an incredible shot, backhand, and squeaked it right by the goal and in between a couple of defenders. And that right there gets the Buffaloes on the board in the waning minutes of the period.
Face-off is controlled by the Cougars there, trying desperately to put themselves on the board inside 1 minute. Batones will fire it deep. Puck is loose for Johnson, gloved out of the air by Book. It's turned over to Cameron Lemke. Puck's passed out to Esposito, will not connect. Icing is waved off. Alex Book picks it up at the half wall. It is quickly turned over, shot against the boards. 20 seconds here in the first period. Lemke fires that one back. No clear possession here. Here's Chafee. Back out to Esposito. Kovacs chasing it. Book picks it up at the half wall, is battling for it with Chafee. Folks, that will do it for the first period as the horn sounds and the Buffs take a 1-0 lead going into the first intermission. The crowd here is ecstatic.
Oh, what a great way to end off the first period there. Great job of getting on the board, and now they can continue to rely on that defense as we move into the game.
What a beauty there by Nick DePonio, putting the Buffs on the board first. That's what you love to see here. And as the crowd here is chanting "Let's go Snooki," I'm sure that's intended for Noel Sinicki, who hasn't been too instrumental here in this game yet, but he's trying his best. Very defensive game, low scoring. Usually when we come to these D2 games, it's either a blowout in the Buffs direction or the other direction. But I must say, Liam, last night's game against Michigan State was the most competitive I've seen this team all season.
And now they're keeping that up here today and playing against a good opponent. This is the type of energy they were going to need to bring into this game, and so far done a great job of it to start it off.
Yeah, indeed. 13 minutes to go here in this first intermission. We will be back for the second period here at the CU Rec Center Ice Rink. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Sko Buff Sports.
Sports fans, welcome to the first live show of 2025. I'm Balin Weisup.
And I'm Logan Benson.
We have a lot to cover, so buckle up and get ready for the ride.
Over the break, the Colorado Buffaloes made history with their second ever Heisman Trophy going to two-way superstar Travis Hunter. Hunter joined Boise State's Ashton Genie, Miami's Cam Ward, and Oregon's Dylan Gabriel in New York for the ceremony on December 12th. Where it was revealed that Hunter beat out Jenny in the closest race of the decade. The junior became CU's first Heisman Trophy winner since the late Rashaan Salam in 1994. Hunter's game-breaking ability on both sides of the ball turned heads nationwide, transcending the sports en route to the sport's highest individual honor.
Unprecedented production at both wide receiver and cornerback was the reason for Travis Hunter's Heisman Trophy honor, and a number of other accolades were given to the phenom for different aspects of his play. Hunter became Colorado's first ever Bulletnik Off Award, given to the nation's most outstanding wide receiver. The junior won the Chuck Budnick Award and a Lot Impact Trophy for his stellar play on the defensive end. Among Player of the Year honors, in addition to the Heisman, Hunter took home the Walter Camp Award and AP National Player of the Year, as well as a second straight Paul Hornung Award for his versatility. Travis's overflowing trophy case added to the legacy, perhaps the greatest individual season in the history of Colorado football.
The Buffs went to their first bowl game since 2020 in hopes of winning their first bowl game since 2004. Instead, they laid an egg in the Alamo Bowl against the BYU Cougars, losing 36-14. Travis Hunter was the only Buff who had a notable day, tallying another 100-yard day and a touchdown to end his tenure with the black and gold. Shedeur Sanders ended his season throwing for 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, along with taking 4 sacks. The Cougars flustered CU's offensive approach and ran the ball at will in an ugly end to Hunter Sanders and many others' time in Boulder. The Buffs managed to force several turnovers, but could not get off the ground to keep pace, finishing the season with a record of 9 wins and 4 losses.
With the NFL draft quickly approaching in April, Colorado houses much potential even beyond the big names. With headliners Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter expected to go early in the first round, CU fans' expectations are high and predictions have run rampant in the new year. Sanders is expected to be the first quarterback drafted, and with the Las Vegas Raiders securing the 2nd pick in this year's draft, he would be a great asset for the struggling team. After adding Heisman winner to his impressive resume, Hunter looks to continue his versatility on both sides of the ball at the professional level, and has expressed confidence in being the first selection in the 2025 draft. Stellar defender BJ Green may also be a sleeper pick, a leader for the Colorado defensive unit. Green never missed a game in his collegiate career during his time at Arizona State or in Boulder. Clemson transfer linebacker Levante Bentley also recently declared for the draft and looks to bring his talents to the next level.
The winter window for the transfer portal has closed, but not before Coach Prime was able to attract a plethora of athletes from across the country. Coach Prime was able to bring in 17 total athletes to create a transfer portal class that ranks in the top 25 in the nation, according to most leading sources. Notable newcomers on offense are Caden Salter, a quarterback from Liberty, who's had a lot of success in the Conference USA, and 4-star wide receiver Joseph Williams, who had a solid start to his career as a freshman at Tulsa. 2 high school 4-stars have been added to the defense as well. Cornerback Makarai Vickers left Oklahoma from Colorado, and defensive lineman Jaheim Otis came from CU from Alabama. Many positions were also addressed, though, through the portal, including the O-line. 4 O-linemen have been taken from the portal. All of them come with starting experience. Of course, the portal does work both ways, and several athletes decided to leave CU, most notably linebacker Nikhil Hill-Green and Dayton Hayes.
Well, the Buffs have wrapped up most of their offseason roster construction and are on the hunt for a few new position coaches. Rumors have swirled in the recent days connecting Deion Sanders to NFL head coaching jobs. Reportedly, the Dallas Cowboys have been in contact with Sanders with hopes of naming the former player and Super Bowl champion their next head coach. Many have been quick to point on outgoing contract negotiations between Coach Prime and Colorado's athletic department, so it appears that news of either re-upping in Boulder or suddenly heading to the next level is imminent.
A Buffs legend was immortalized over the break as former cornerback Deion Figures was enshrined into the College Football Hall of Fame. The 10th Buff to be enshrined, Figures was a Thorpe Award winner and shutdown corner on the 1990 National Championship team. During his 4 years at CU, Figures recorded 12 interceptions and even returned punts for the Buffaloes.
With the NFL divisional round starting tomorrow, let's take a look at the former Buffs in the playoffs. Akello Witherspoon played for the Buffs for 3 years before getting drafted to the San Francisco 49ers as a 66th pick overall in the 2017 draft. He is currently starting at cornerback for the Los Angeles Rams and recorded 3 tackles and a crucial sack in their wild-card win over the Vikings. Another former Buff in the playoffs is defensive tackle Josh Tupou, who is currently on the Ravens practice squad. Tupou has occurred in 3 games for Baltimore this season, contributing 3 total tackles and 1 sack. We wish our former Buffs the best as they try and help their squads win a Super Bowl.
Colorado football lost its most important last week, Bill McCartney. McCartney revived the program after becoming the head coach in 1982. He had a record of 93, 55, and 2 as the head coach from 1982 through 94. He won a national championship, 3 Big 12 championships, and 7 Coach of the Year awards from various outlets. On top of that, he is known for igniting the Colorado versus Nebraska rivalry, which is just as intense today as it was back then. The Scobuff Sports family sends their thoughts to the McCartney family as we celebrate the life of a Colorado legend.
wants to do basketball? Who wants to do football? Who wants to do soccer? Who wants to do volleyball?
That's so sick. Did Christian just say that?
Videography. Anyone want to do that?
Our December 6th break, the Colorado men's basketball team wrapped up conference play. The Buffs finished going at 3-0, defeating Colorado State 72-55, South Dakota State 81-71, and Bellarmine 79-55. Standout performances include sophomore forward Hassan Diop recording a career-high 15 points against Bellarmine. Senior guard Julian Hammond averaged 13.7 points and 2.8 rebounds per game. This was Colorado's last victory as they are 0-5 in Big 12 play.
Hey, my name is Oliver Hayes, and I have to give you the unfortunate rundown of the Buffs' 0-5 start to conference play. Turnovers, physicality, and rebounding have been the main issues for them, leading them to be the only team in the 16-team Big 12 conference without a conference win. Head coach Tad Boyle has even called his team the most poorest coached team in America due to the continuous issues. But having played 2 ranked teams so far, the Buffs have stayed close in 4 of the 5 games. So let's take a look at how these 5 losses came to be. The Buffs started conference play with a Big 12 opener against number 3 Iowa State. They saw them in Maui and lost by 28, but in Boulder they played them much closer, and it was thanks to a better offensive showing and good defense. Julian Hammond had 21 points, and this was the first 3 of 4 on the night. He played great, but turnovers, as they were a big issue in Maui, showed up again. The Buffs had 19 in this game, leading to a ton of fast break points for the Cyclones. While the Cyclones weren't able to hit the 3-pointers they were able to hit in Maui, they were able to pound the ball inside and were able to clean up the offensive glass. The Buffs were able to stick around. Here was Trevor Baskin, who had a big and one to get the CU Event Center on their feet, but down the stretch, the offense stalled. This defense couldn't get stops, and the Cyclones were able to find just enough opportunities to win this game 79-69 in Boulder. The Buffs will face them for a 3rd time this season in Ames, Iowa, later down the road. But it will be a tough one for them because the Cyclones, they have a heck of an arena out there. Heading to Arizona State, however, the Buffs, this was their only game of the 5 losses that was a blowout. They lost this one by 20. It was thanks to the Sun Devils' hot 3-point shooting as they hit 13 threes on the night. The Buffs also shot sub 35% from the field, and with their slow offensive start, the Sun Devils had all the momentum. They were able to push the ball and get the ball inside. Here was Jane Quaintance with a layup. Julian Hammond was held scoreless in this one as the Buffs were able to not really get any offense, but Trevor Baskin shined as he had 23 points, 10 boards, and 4 steals in this one. It was his best performance of the year. Still, the inside was too much to handle for the Buffs as the Sun Devils won this one 81-61. So it was a tough one for the Buffs, but they headed to Orlando, to play the Central Florida Knights. Julian Hammond bounced back with a career-high 26 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. There was a floater and a 3-pointer right there. This game was a close one, and turnovers once again showed up for the Buffs, and the fast-paced Knights pushed the pace. Here was a big 3 for them. But in this close one, Julian Hammond stepped up with the aforementioned 26 points. Here was a big 3. Bingo! He hit that one to put the Buffs up 1. And even though the Buffs, played them close and trailed that at one point, he tried to go for it again, but airballed. It looked like the Knights were going to get this one, having the ball with 4 seconds left, but Keyshawn Hall was not able to get the timeout, leading to a 5-second violation. Obviously, head coach Johnny Hawkins was pissed. He did not understand what happened. But as you can see in the replay, Hall was signaling to the bench rather than the referee, leading to the miscommunication. With 4 seconds, the Buffs had a chance. They went to Elijah Malone, backdoor, and he was swatted at the rim, leading to their 3rd straight loss to begin conference play. So, heading back to Boulder, playing number 20 in West Virginia, they look to bounce back. Here's Javon Ruffin with a 3, but the offense kind of struggled. The big story was Javon Small for West Virginia. He abused the pick and roll in the first half, but when Elijah Malone went out with an injury, he got going offensively, hitting 3 big threes to begin the half. There were 2 step backs right there. But the defense kind of stepped up with Malone not in the game, and here was a big Baskin tip slam that got the CU Event Center on their feet. It's something that he's been able to do all year. But down the stretch, the Buffs were not able to do what they were not able to come with stops. Their offense, as they had in the, similar to the first few games, leading to a 78-70 loss to West Virginia. Now in their most recent game against Cincinnati Bearcats, who were the only other team without a conference win heading into this game, the Buffs were not able to get the job done. Cincy was able to build their lead on 15 turnovers, but bang got Dak without Elijah Malone, played 30 minutes, and here he reached up to the heavens for a big alley-oop slam from Trevor Baskin. Here you can get a second look at this one. The CU Event Center was loving it. Bangat went for a career-high 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 blocks, 6 of which came in the first half. But Cincinnati was not afraid to get their own alley-oop themselves. But in this close game, the Buffs were able to play some solid defense. They were clawed back with a 21-6 run, and Trey Basket throws it up to Bangat again for another alley-oop slam. The CU Event Center was loving it. Like I said, they're on their feet all night. Social media was buzzing. But the big play was right here as Trevor Baskin scored a layup to get the lead for the Buffs. But once again, the Buffs defense collapsed, and they did not get a single stop in the final 4.5 minutes of this game. The Buffs lost this one 68-62 and fell to be the only team in the Big 12 without a conference win. Now the Buffs look ahead to tomorrow, where they head to Stillwater to play Oklahoma State, a team that has only one conference win in Big 12 play so far. That game tips off at 1 p.m. The Buffs are expected to have R.J. Smith back. He left in the West Virginia game at the half and didn't play against Cincy, but he's expected to be back. Like I said, Elijah Malone, his status is up in the air. Either way, the Buffs have played opponents close, as I've mentioned. In 4 of those 5 games, the Buffs either led or trailed by just a possession in the final 5 minutes. They just haven't been able to get it done. So they'll look to try and void off those issues that have been keeping them down all year and look to finally be able to close out a game, or maybe even start fast and not even give the other team a chance to come back or close out a game. But it'll be a tough one in Oklahoma State tomorrow for the Buffs, but they'll be looking to get it done. My name is Oliver Hayes. I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Oliver. In honor of horrible beginnings, what was the worst start to conference play in Tad Boyle's 15-year tenure here at Colorado? Stay tuned to find out later in the show.
The men's basketball team looks to turn around their season as they travel to Oklahoma State on Saturday. Tip-off is at 1 p.m. in search of their first conference win. Following their road trip, they return to the CU Event Center this Tuesday to face off against the BYU Cougars. Both are winnable games as the Buffs look to snap their 5-game losing streak.
Women's hoop finished out their non-conference play with a 78-61 win over the Denver Pioneers. The Buffs dominated the glass, being plus 20 in the rebound battle. The Buffs also had 4 players in double figures, with Lior Garzon and Ayanna Johnson leading the charge with 14 points. The Buffs were without their 2 point guards and still tallied 19 assists on the day.
What's up? I'm Harrison Simeon, and after you saw the men's basketball team's Big 12 slate recapped, I'm here to recap the women's. We start as they took on West Virginia at home. West Virginia, a ranked side, very formidable, and it was the veteran play of the Buffaloes that carried them to a huge statement win on home soil. Jade Masagayo had a huge game with 18 points, and she...
Welcome back to the CU Rec Center Ice Rink here in Boulder, Colorado, for the Colorado Buffaloes versus the Sioux Cougars. It is a 1-0 Buffaloes lead here at the first intermission, but we are just about ready for this second period as the Buffs emerge from the locker room slowly but surely. Liam, what do you look to see from the Buffs coming out of here, and the Cougars for that matter?
Well, the first period was highlighted by a lot of physicality, a lot of defense, and the Sioux was getting a lot of shots off. We saw some great play from Solomon in the goal for Colorado, but I think for the Buffaloes at least, if they want to build on this lead, obviously they can lean into their defense to carry them from here, but you only have a 1-point lead. That's not a very guaranteed thing to hold. So you got to start generating some more shots on goal. They've had the split was pretty drastic between them and Sioux in the first half, while the scoreboard doesn't quite show it, but that's going to need to be their main focus, is just generating some more shots on goal, spacing out their offense a little bit more to give them some more scoring opportunities.
Certainly, and looking here for the Buffaloes, it looks like, Garrett Coveney will attempt it for his Buffs. They'll face off against Brock Santa Maria. Cougars will come away with it. Puck is nearly smothered there, but Chase Johnson picks it up. Puck is loose in the corner, almost batted high. Another chance here for the Buffs in front. Patones is not there to get a shot off. Here comes Novello into the corner. Johnson at the blue line. Fires, that is deflected high. Kovney clears the zone. There's Johnson. There's a shot deep for Novello. Shot across and can't connect with Caleb Wood. Some great chances here as Josh Jenin tries to get some pressure going for the Buffs here. Alexandrov tries to pick up the puck in the corner as Jenin will ultimately come away with it. Kovney picks it up at the half wall. Or actually, excuse me, Arthur Street. Levkis fighting for it in the corner. Will not get to it. Josh Jenin. Street. He retreats back into his own zone. Off the stick of Alexandrov. Jenin out to Alexandrov with a shot. Save by Riley. Here comes Moore. Puck is cleared. Esposito can't connect with it. Arthur Street trying to get it. Esposito. This is Landskov. Puck is in the corner. Luke Dow trying to keep it in the zone, and he will. Thomas Knapp at the half wall, cross ice pass, no one there to receive it. There's another shot, chance here in front. Puck is loose! Great save by Riley. As Chafee attempts to apply some pressure for his Cougars offense. Puck is loose in the corner. Johnson, cross ice pass to number 23. No one there to receive the puck, and it's turned over. Esposito tries to keep it into the blue line, unsuccessful. Here's Johnson fighting for it at the half wall. Johnson comes away with it and turns it over to Jacob Kovacs. Puck is loose in the corner. Thomas Knapp comes away with it, tries to chip it back toward Johnson. Not going to get it. Blonda chasing his puck back into his own zone. Waiting for coverage. Out to Willis. Tried to nearly broken up there. There's a shot, goes wide. Great save by Riley. Puck is at the half wall, goes into the neutral zone. Habel. Sault Ranch comes away with it. Ranch has it. Setting up a shot. Shots! Great save by Riley. Here's Zimbardo. Zimbardo into the zone. Can't connect. Great pressure there. Almost an opportunity. Looks like it's going to be offsides. Called on the Buffs. Well, that was a long play there.
Yeah, very long play, and the Buffaloes did a good job that time manufacturing some shots on goal. They had one good one to Alexandrov, and then a second good one to Sault Ranch as well. And a couple good saves there from Riley, but overall, the Buffs coming out with a different look on offense in this second period.
Cougars win the faceoff. Great pass rush there in their own zone, but the pressure from the Buffs defense is there to stop them. Interesting clearance there. Finateri was back in the game for the Cougars. And he's checked in the corner again. Polacek out to Batones. No one there to receive it. Tried to connect with Nick DePonio. It was unsuccessful as Riley comes out of his zone. And comes out of his net to play the puck. Batones fires into the corner. No one there to receive it. Nick DePonio. No other option but to fire it back towards his own zone. Cougars change here on the bench. Batones with a long shot, and it goes high over Riley. Nearly gloved out of the air. David Levkis keeps it in the zone. Back out. One-timer by Street. Great save by Riley. Too high for Alexandrov, who trips up in the neutral zone. And another chance here. Great defense there by Luke Dow. Puck is loose. Buffs will come away with it out of the corner. What a chance there. As Alexandrov is tripped up. No penalty called for tripping. Dow checks a Cougar in the corner. Here's Wood. Out to Wood, can't connect. His teammate. As that's broken up by Allen. Thomas Knapp in the corner trying to get a stick on it. That's batted out of the corner. Shimoffsky. Santa Maria. Samowski keeps it in at the blue line. Novello looking for help. He's not going to get it. This puck is cleared by Josh Jenin. Here's another chance here for Alexandrov. No momentum there as Wood fires it back. Here's Stranovsky. Puck goes back into the corner. And there's a fight for it. Alex Book is mixed up in the mix. Here comes Alex Book, charging down 3-on-3, and that's going to be just shot into the corner near the goal line. Struggle for it. Cougars will come away with it. Puck is loose. Kept into the zone by Johnson, who fires, and a great save by Riley. Score! What a goal by the Buffaloes! It looked like number 33, out Aiden Johnson. Holy cow! Or excuse me, that's Tanner Simpson with the goal for the Buffaloes. 2-0 with 13:32. What a setup there!
Man,
and
Riley
he sneaks it in.
Riley got to be kicking himself after that play. He went for the glove save, and just all he had to do was trap the puck, but wasn't able to do so successfully. And Simpson able to capitalize. What a play for the Buffaloes.
Esposito chips it back into the Buff zone. Pavlik's can't get anything off of that. Here's a shot. That goes high, nearly gloved out of the air by Solomon. Levkis skating up ice. Another trip here, and that's going to be a penalty against the Cougars. It's another chance here for the Buffs to go on the power play and capitalize and bring us to possibly a 3-0 lead. Just over 13 minutes to go. Excuse me, no penalty there. And excuse me, that was an offside call. That was a big trip there. I thought for sure they would call that, and the Buffs bench is a little confused there. Polacek fires into the corner. Sanicki, whose name is cheered constantly in this arena tonight, comes away with that puck. Puck in the corner for Levkis. Polacek with a shot, save Riley. Puck is loose behind the net. Sanicki. Back out to Dranch. Kept into the zone by Diego Batones, who loses his footing, and there's a breakaway. Oh, chance here in front. Great save by Aaron Solomon. Holy cow. What a chance there for Michael Chafee in front of the net. There's nothing there to stop. Going up the middle. Blonda, another shot goes wide. Just out of Solomon's line of vision there. As they retreat back into their own zone. Esposito trying to pick it up, but Kovkis does instead. And it's 2-on-3. Here comes Post up the right. Great glove save by Aaron Solomon.
Man, Aaron Solomon putting on a clinic, able to defend that one-on-one opportunity there, and he has been the MVP for the Buffaloes so far in this game. He's been keeping them in it, and while their defense has been great, both sides of the ice, he's been great consistently, a number of incredible saves, and that just adds to the list. And you do feel like another goal here for the Buffaloes, and with how their defense has been playing, would put this game at a very long fingertips reach here for Sioux, and starting to slip out of hand at that point.
Dylan Windsor for the Cougars attempting the face-off. They'll come away with it. Johnson keeps it into the zone. Willis keeps it back out for Winston. Johnson with a shot. That's a great save again by Solomon. That was off the post. Another save by Solomon, who keeps it out. Another chance here. Here comes that pressure. Great save by Solomon once again, who just smothers that puck just inside 12 minutes.
He's been doing great here. He would love for his team to be able to do him a service here and win a face-off on their side of the ice and be able to bring it back out. But he's been great for them, and that was just another great play on that possession there.
needs help from his defense. Here comes Alexandrov attempting the face-off for the Buffs. Cougars once again come away with it, but lose it at Johnson loses it at the blue line. And he's still got it. Great stick handling. That's back out to Willis. That was fired hard against the boards. There's Willis again. Host is coming up the ice again. Winter, great save again by Solomon. As that puck went high off of his pad. Alexandrov with a chance here in front. Can't connect. Oh, what a great save by Riley. Another chance. Puck is loose. Another shot. Save Riley again. Puck is hit high into the netting by Logan Willis, and that will stop play.
What a great play there by Riley, redeeming himself and laying out there to make a couple great saves. And the Buffaloes had a good few shot opportunities there, but Riley keeping consistent, and then his team able to clear that puck back out. Now I got to win this face-off.
Face-offs do favor the Cougars, but we have a sloppy win there for the Buffaloes as they can't get a clean stick on it. As Trey Chance is pressed in to his own bench as he can't come away with it. And here comes Gizo. That's Daniel Guzzo for the Cougars, and the puck is loose in the corner. Johnson picks it up for the Buffs. Let's start using first names. There's Johnson on both sides of both teams tonight. Just over 10.5 to go here in the first. Puck is in the corner. Johnson still battling for it. It's ultimately taken away. Tanner Simpson. Puck is at the half wall, gloved out of the air by Simpson at the blue line. Pressure still in favor of the Buffs. Polacek back out to Chance. As the Cougars will get a quick change here. Szymovsky. Here comes Trey Chance in front, trying to connect with Johnson. Will not be able to do it. Great opportunity. Wood. It's 2-on-2. Novello tried to back for one of his teammates. Miscommunication there, obviously. Here's Novello with another chance. Trying to hurdle over the sticks of some of the Buffs. Lemke. That's fired high up into the air. That's Trey Chance. Tried to get it in the corner. Lemke with a shot off the leg of Johnson, it looked like. Buffs are stepping up, giving Solomon some help here. Here about midway through the second. Johnson in the neutral zone, and he's checked by Novello. We're going to get a penalty here on Ethan Novello for that big hit on Johnson in the corner. Physicality has been rampant here in this game, but that was officials are finally taking the time to call some plays that could be deemed dangerous.
Yeah, they've been letting a lot go, but you start getting to a point where you've had a couple guys go to the trainers already. You don't want guys getting hurt, but I do like that they've been letting this go a little bit. These teams are very physical by nature, and it's led to a great matchup here. And so, while you got to call stuff like that, it's still been incredible to watch it on display from both of these teams.
Face-off controlled by the Cougars. No one in the corner to receive it, and their zone is cleared. Alexandrov retreating to his zone as Caleb Wood is in hot pursuit. Kovney, he's applying that pressure. Here he comes, waiting for his teammates. Cross-ice pass, can't connect with Batones. Puck is loose in the corner. Luke down with a chance. And Riley will get his hand on it. And a bit of extracurricular activity occurring just to the right of Riley.
Yeah, right there. You can see these tensions starting to boil over a little bit now for both of these teams. There's been some heavy hitting back and forth. That was another great play, though, by Riley to trap that puck while in congested territory there. But now needing his team to win a face-off, Buffs have been applying some pressure on him.
Buffs come away with this face-off. Kovney. I got to Nick DePonio. Back to Kovney. He's got a man open. One-timer by Alexandrov. That goes high. I'll be back in the neutral zone. DePonio tries to pick it up. And the puck is loose in the neutral zone. That goes off the pad of Solomon. Alexandrov. The puck at the half wall, waiting for his team. Here comes the pressure, short-handed by the Cougars. There's a cross-ice pass to Batones. He's got wheels. He's going up the right side, trying to get a wraparound. Will not do it. Here's a shot, save by Riley.
That was a good save there. Patones, one of the lethal scorers for the Buffaloes, and wrapping around that net there. But a good job as well by Sue to be able to stay out of the way and allow Riley to make that play on the puck. And but you gotta know, if you're Sioux's defense, to try and clear this out right now. Riley's been having to make a lot of saves, and this is what we were seeing from Solomon. He's been able to stick through it, but Riley, having already given up 2 goals at this point, you want to try and keep the puck on the other side of the ice.
Trip up there off the face-off on Janine. Polacek across to Lefkis. Cross-ice pass, one-timer, score! Alex Book off the one-timer from Polacek. What a goal there on the power play. First power play goal of the night, and the Buffs take a 3-0 lead just inside 8 minutes.
And this is what I was saying. You got 3 straight face-offs on that side of the ice. If you lose all 3 of those, Riley's getting a lot of shots. He's having to make a lot of saves, and your defense, especially being shorthanded for those possessions, going to be growing some fatigue there. And now Buffs take a 3-0 lead.
Face-off is won once again by the Cougars as they look to apply pressure. Santa Maria coming away with it. Great stick work and defense by the Buffaloes. Puck is loose at the half wall, goes behind, wraps around behind the net. Puck is loose. Out to Sinicki. He's in pursuit of the puck. No icing here, as it was defended well by the Cougars. Here comes some pressure. Johnson. As Aiden Habel turns it over. Aiden Habel broke up the play. Caleb Wood, cross-ice pass, can't connect as that's broken up by Sinicki. Great defense just inside 7 minutes. Thomas Knapp coming away with it. Johnson across to Dranch with another shot. Great save by Riley. Puck is picked up at the half wall. Puck is loose. Johnson trying to pick it up, and he'll come away with it. Back out to Nick DePonio. Here's Caleb Wood with the Cougars. Cross-ice pass to, Tyler Windsor. Puck is loose in front. Great defense there by the Buffs, and there's another shot by Johnson. That is Chase Johnson on the Cougars. Puck is cleared effectively. Diego Batones chasing it, and it goes back into the Buffalo zone, and Aiden Habel waiting for his teammates. And that's pass intended for Batones, broken up by Post. Here comes Post with the pressure. Pass is broken up by Nick DePonio. Great stick work once again. Cougars retreating into their own zone. 25. Passes it back out to Zambaro. Aiden Habel. Loss of footing there by Kovacs. Puck is in the corner. Zimbarno. Here's a chance here for Kovacs. Out in front, Zimbarno. Kovacs looking for a shot. Oh, what a chance there off the redirect. Josh Jenin. He comes away with the puck. Puck is loose in the corner. David Lefkis trying to get a handle on it, and that wraps around behind the net. Esposito looking for the puck in the neutral zone, as there's still a struggle for it at the half wall, and that's wrapped around. Once again, Arthur Street fighting for it. Alexandrov still struggling for it at the blue line. Alexandrov comes away. Washington nearly tripped up. Alexandrov in the corner, turns it over. Puck is still loose behind the net. Alexandrov checked and check just behind the net as we round the 4.5 minute mark. No clear possession yet. Puck comes out and loose. Jenin with a shot. Great save by Riley. That goes. And we've got a player, or excuse me, a Cougar down in the corner who eventually makes it to his feet. And we're going to stoppage a play here.
Man, we got some more tensions flaring here in this game, and this is going to be interesting as we haven't even made to the end of the second period yet, and as soon as you start getting later in games, especially if CU is stretching the score out a little more, that's where we can start to see it. We saw I personally was at the Nebraska game earlier this year, which was the Buffs' largest blowout of the season, blowing out the Cornhuskers, and there were a number of scuffles towards the end of that game, and both teams were really getting it going on it. This is the same officiating crew from that game as well. They were letting a lot of physicality go, so it's going to be interesting to see how it's controlled into that third period.
Yeah, Michael Chafee went off the ice there for the Cougars as he took a big hit just behind the net of his goaltender, Travis Riley. Officials convening here in the middle, trying to, I guess, figure out if a penalty will be assessed, and there will not. Alex Book attempting to face off here for the Buffaloes against Russell Oldham. Buffs come away with it, but no one is there at the blue line to receive it, and Polacek is forced to retreat to his zone and get the puck as we round around the 4-minute mark. Book. Big hit at the half wall. Bit of a scuffle between those two players. Puck is wrapped around in the corner. Polacek trying to pick it up at the other half, this side of the half wall. Here's Simpson. Excuse me. Gonna get the defense. Simpson comes away with it. Passes down to Johnson. Pass intended for Alex Book. He can't connect. As a swarm of Cougars. And there to stop it. Shot, save by Solomon. The pressure is still coming from these Cougars. As Caleb Wood in the corner, Johnson moves it back out to the other Johnson, Chase Johnson on the Cougar side. Santa Maria keeps the puck in. Chase Johnson. Puck is still undefined. And here comes another trip here. And crowd wanted a tripping call. They're not going to get one. As the puck is loose behind the net of Riley, and that's effectively cleared out. But it will be an icing call against the Cougars. First icing call against them this period, but that's one of their that's where they struggled the most, I think, in the first, Liam.
Yeah, they definitely struggled with it in the first. They've done a good job of cleaning it up here in the second, despite what's been happening with the scoreboard. But they've really lowered that down. But now it's just you're starting to see maybe some fatigue setting in, and you're gonna have to stay focused and maintain their game during the waning minutes of this second period.
That puck is deflected high up into the netting. We are at the 2.5 minute mark here in the second, and the Cougars will get 3 fresh skaters on the ice. Dom Alexandrov is attempting it again against Kovacs. Johnson coming away with it. Trey Chance keeps it in the zone at the blue line. Puck is loose at the half wall. Sault Durant's trying to get his stick on it. Puck is once again loose in the corner. Alexandrov trying to come away with it, but it's picked up by Logan Willis. Noel Sinicki keeps it in the zone, and Riley came out of his net trying to smother it, will not get to it, and there's a fight for it once again in the corner as we round the 2-minute mark. Sinicki picks it up, backhand pass, no one there to receive it. Sault Ranch on the other side of the goal. Here comes Esposito, cross ice pass to Johnson, who's not able to pick it up, and he'll just fire it back and wrap it around the net Thomas Knapp trying to pick it up right behind Aaron Solomon. And we'll get a stoppage of play here. Looks like we're going to get a penalty against the Buffaloes.
Yeah, getting tangled up behind the net there, but Sault's still able to move it over to the right side of the ice for them, and that's something that's going to be key as they move along in this game. It's been a struggle in the second period. We've seen almost an inverse. There's been a lot of face-offs on their side. They've been losing a lot of them, and that's where they've really fallen behind here, but that's going to have to be their main focus as they go into this second intermission.
We have a minute and a half to go here in the second. Let's see if the Cougars can capitalize while the Buffs are shorthanded here. So many chances here. Sterling keeps it into the zone. They have their top skaters on the ice. Here's Chafee. Sorry, one timer by Chafee. That goes high up into the netting. And a great save by Solomon once again off of the glove.
And it's just a bit of another one of those shots that you feel like the Cougars have really needed at this point in the game. They've had a lot of shots on goal, but they've been sailing on them a little bit. That was another example of it there, and it's cost them in this game where you're down 3.
Another sloppy face-off there as Luke Dow is the only Buff in the corner trying to get a handle on the puck, and he's not going to do it. Esposito cross-ice pass intended for Chafee. Here's Chafee again. Cross ice to Esposito. Sterling. Chafee. Looking for help. Back out to Esposito with a shot. Save! Once again by Aaron Solomon.
Solomon, another great save there, but Cougars putting the pressure on here to end the period. They would like to get some points on the board before going into this second intermission, as that would go a long way for their confidence and the momentum of this game. And if they're able to score here, you could feel a bit of a shift.
Here comes another face-off with Sault Dranch attempting it for the first time tonight against Chafee. Bit of a scuffle there in the corner against Esposito. The officials, the captain for the all-time leading scorer Esposito is going into the box.
Man, that's a big loss right there for the Cougars. That's not something you want to have at this point in the game, losing your top scorer over something like that. And that's, those tempers are coming out, and it's starting to affect their game. That's the other thing they're going to have to clean up when they get into the locker room.
So it will be 4-on-3. Buffs control the face-off, and their defense needs to step up here in order to stay alive here and keep the Cougars off the board, and it looks like they're going to. 30 seconds as the puck is loose. Sault Ranch trying to get it, will not do so. Here comes Kovacs again. Kovacs skating up the middle, going to the right. He's trying to get a shot off. Great defense there by Chris Valco. He's been instrumental on the Buffs defense this entire season. 10 seconds to go. Kovacs with a shot across the ice to Santa Maria, and that's deflected high up into the netting. 6.4 seconds here in the second.
Yeah, going to be just enough time for the Cougars to try and manufacture one more shot. Going to have a good play drawn up here, and this is exactly where not having your top scorer to be able to set that play up and direct it towards him, that can be a bit difficult, but got to win the face-off first and foremost here.
Nick DePonio trying to win that for the Buffs, and there's a sloppy turnover. But ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for the second. And the Buffs bench being very vocal here. This coach does not seem to be pleased with the way that those past, that last minute turned out. It was, the lack of discipline shown on the ice there is not something you want to see from these players, especially in a tough contest like this.
Absolutely not, and you're seeing it spill out even after the period comes to the close, and both teams exchanging words, and it's going to be a very interesting theme to follow as we go into this third period here. But as it stands right now, the Buffaloes with a comfortable 3-0 lead, playing good defense, and it'll be really down to who can stay within themselves and maintain in the second half, or in the third period, excuse me.
And as we go into this second intermission, which will be about 10 to 15 minutes or so, Buffs are still going to be shorthanded coming into the third period with about 30 seconds to go, and I'm sure the Cougars will look to capitalize and get themselves on the board while they are still shorthanded right off of the beginning face-off. So ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. Don't go anywhere yet. You're watching SCOBUF Sports, third period, coming up next.
Take down CU. It's been pretty much a struggle for the Buffs to have any sort of competitive games on the road this Big 12 play. As you see here against TCU, Haley Van Lith helped the Horned Frogs take down the Buffaloes in Colorado's second straight loss that put them at 1-2 in their first season in the Big 12. But they came home and dominated, first against UCF. Jade Masagayo, nice little layup there. It's been Frida Foreman leading the Buffs in scoring this year. And then against Kansas, Colorado took down another conference foe. Another huge game from Frida Foreman, as she has 13.7 points a game, and it's been the returners, such as Sarah Rose Smith and Kendall Wetta, that have led in rebounds and assists as well. Peggy was in the house. You knew the Buffs had to take down the Jayhawks as they 3-2 in conference play, but this past day, it wasn't so lucky for the Buffs, as 30 turnovers contributed to a stunning blowout loss to the Mountaineers in their rematch of that aforementioned game. It was their most turnovers in 8 years as a program, and they didn't have any chance after the third quarter. They only scored 2 points. That's all for this segment, recapping the conference slate. They resume action tomorrow in Ohio, and you'll learn more about that game in just a second. So back to you guys.
The women's basketball team is traveling over to Cincinnati tomorrow for a Big 12 matchup. This game has a 4 p.m. MST tip-off. The Buffs sit at 12-5 record on the season, and they are 11-3 in conference play. They come into this game with Cincinnati on a 1-game losing streak. The Bearcats, on the other side, have a 10-5 record this year. They come in 2-3 in Big 12 play.
Break, the skiing Buffaloes took to the slopes to kick off their 2025 season. The Buffs just came off their victorious season, winning the NCAA title back in March. At the start of their season, the Buffs were looking to defend, and that is just what they did. During the 2025 Denver University Invitational Ski Alpine Race at Loveland and Copper Mountain, the Buffs showed that they want to keep their title in Boulder. Now, keep in mind, this is just the Alpine racers and not Nordic skiers. On the first day, CU put up 3 podiums and 11 in the top 21, opening the season to a great start. Philip Walkvist placed first in the RMISA qualifying slalom race. The second day, he went 2 for 2, winning his second slalom race of the season. The Buffaloes still held up their lead by 20 points over Utah and Denver. The third day, the Buffs left Loveland for Copper to compete in the giant slalom for their final day. With frigid temperatures of -10 at the beginning of the day, it's shaped to be a challenge, but the herd doesn't stop for a challenge, faces them head on. They dominated the remainder of that event, winning both races and overall as a team in GS. CU set several RMISA records, including scoring the most Alpine points in a meet under the current scoring system. CU led the meet by more than 40 points than any other team, winning 3 of the 4 races. Notably, Walkvist won the men overall.
Then, the Nordic team has been attempting to keep up with the Alpine team. Recently, they have raced in Alaska and Minturn. Colorado graduate student Will Koch placed 3rd in the UAA Invitational. The Nordic Buffs will have to step up their game after losing Magnus Bowie at the end of the 24 season. Bowie was a pivotal figure during the NCAA championship races.
Our very own SBS reporter Talis Schreiber had a moment to speak with the Alpine head coach Ian Lockhead just after their winning weekend. When asked what he is looking for to keep the NCAA title in Boulder, Lockhead responded, "It's about doing the little things every day. We just try and control the things we can and build every day to get better." This is Lockhead's second season as a Buffs coach. Follow the CU Buff ski team on our website or social media for more in-depth coverage.
While the Alpine and Nordic Buffs are claiming podiums, Chloe Heher, a member of the free ski team, is currently competing on the Free Ride World Tour as only a rookie. Currently in Barret, Spain, competing against the best in the world, and her first competition was this morning. After an incredibly technical run, she placed 4th in women's ski, scoring a 67.67 over 6 points ahead of the rider who placed 5th. As the rookie of the tour, Heher is off to an incredible start with eyes on the podium. The Free Ride World Tour will be posting live videos and replays on their website for the duration of the season. The SBS team wishes Chloe luck with the rest of her tour and will be supporting from Boulder. The CU tennis team is back in action this weekend after the break. Currently, the Buffs are competing in their first official tournament of 2025 after playing exhibitions last week. On Sunday, they host the Denver Pioneers for the first home match of the year.
Track and field is in the middle of their annual Colorado Classic, where schools from across the state and beyond come to compete. The first day of competitions was today, but tomorrow is when the final start for most of the events. Fans should look forward to the mile race tomorrow, where there's a chance for history to be made. 8 different runners will push to run a sub-4-minute mile and break the Colorado record for fastest mile time. You can find out if the record is broken and about other results from Colby White's recap of the meet on our website.
The Colorado men's D1 hockey team kicked off their 2025 season with an East Coast road trip, the backyard for numerous Colorado players. The trip started with a matchup against the Blue Hens of the University of Delaware on January 10th. The game went scoreless until the 4-minute mark in the second period, where the Hens made their presence known at home. Rapolas Markivincius would respond late in the second period for his Buffs. It was a tough fight in the third, but the Hens managed to pull through with less than 30 seconds remaining, winning by a score of 2-1. January 11th saw an electrifying matchup against the Westchester University Golden Rams as the Buffs looked for redemption after their loss the previous night. Cam Piggott set the tone in the first period with the first goal. The second period was split with 1 goal from both the Buffs and Knights. The third period was all Buffs, with captain Drew McConaughey scoring 2 of his team's 3 goals. Despite the high penalty minutes, the Buffs dominated the Knights 6-1.
The Division I men's hockey team traveled over to the East Coast this past weekend for the 2025 Lehigh Winter Classic, where they faced off against teams like the University of Delaware, Westchester University, and Lehigh University. The first day of matchup was against Delaware, and the Yotes took home the 2-1 win over the Buffs. The second day of matchups was against Westchester University, and the Buffs took the 5-1 win over the Rams. The last and final matchup of the day was against Lehigh University, and the Buffs dominated in this as they took the 6-2 win over the Mountain Hawks. The Buffs will return to action this weekend in Tucson, Arizona for a 2-day matchup against the University of Arizona Wildcats.
Our men's D2 hockey team had 4 games since we've updated you last, so let's dive into those. On December 6th, they went into overtime against the University of Wyoming, but ultimately lost 6-5. The next day, on the 7th, they took another loss, this time to the Air Force Academy, with a score of 5-1. After winter break, they came back strong on the 10th, beating their rivals, CSU, 5-1. And their most recent game on the 11th was a tough loss to DU with a score of 7-4.
Now that the semester is in full swing, they have 4 back-to-back games starting tonight. The best part, all of these games are at home right here on campus at the CU Rec Center. Tonight, they will be playing Michigan State at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, Tomorrow, the 18th, they host Sault College all the way from Ontario, Canada at 7 p.m. On the 19th, they take on the Cincinnati Bearcats at 3 p.m. On the 20th, they go against Loyola Marymount University for a morning game at 11 a.m. Make sure to support your Buffs this weekend.
The CU women's hockey team had a quiet break with their last game played against the Minnesota Golden Gophers on November 22nd and 23rd. The series was tight, with both games going into overtime. Game 1 saw Minnesota's Laramie Prell score the game-winning goal just over 2 minutes into overtime. The Buffs' Jordan Bonk responded in a game with a goal just under 4 minutes remaining in overtime, tying the series.
The women's team will also play at home this weekend as they welcome the Purcell boarding school team all the way from British Columbia, Canada. This is Purcell's second trip to Colorado this season as they played the Denver Pioneers back in November, beating them 7-0 on back-to-back days. The Purcell Hockey Academy is a prep school in Kimberly and are playing their inaugural season of U19 hockey. Despite playing their first season, Purcell has won against other universities and sent 4 players to junior nationals themselves in the IIHF. The Buffs will play a 3-game series against Purcell, playing right now at Friday at 5 p.m., Saturday at 4 p.m., and Sunday at 11 a.m. ScoBuff Sports will unfortunately not be able to stream tonight's game, but you can catch the Saturday and Sunday games right here on our YouTube channel.
The Professional Women's Hockey League seasons is underway, and the Phil made a stop on the takeover. Fans, including a few CU women's hockey players like Mia Fiselli, Amanda Wallace, and Brianna Arena, attended the game. Denver was able to record a high U.S. attendance with a total of 14,018 fans in attendance for the Montreal Victories facing off the Minnesota Frost. Colorado Avalanche's defenseman, Cale Makar, was in attendance for the game as well. The Phil will continue their takeover tour in Denver, and their fans are hoping Colorado can be a contender for an expansion team. The league says it can add teams as early as next season.
Hey Buffs, happy Friday. Welcome back. I hope everyone had a relaxing break and is ready to kick off the new semester with some Buff sports. Just minutes ago, the tennis squad began their first official match of the season at Air Force. Historically, the Buffs have dominated the Falcons, winning 22 of the 25 all-time meetings. Colorado will then travel back to Boulder for its home opener against Denver University at 2 p.m. The Colorado Classic started this morning, where our track athletes will compete in 16 different events throughout today and Saturday. This meet is the first of 3 hosted by Colorado this season. Colorado's Nordic ski team is the reigning national champions and looks to add another this season. The team is traveling to Midway, Utah to compete in the Utah Invitational on Saturday and Sunday. The men's basketball squad has gotten off to a rough start and is currently the only team in the Big 12 without a conference win. The Buffs take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys in Oklahoma on Saturday at 1 p.m. airing on ESPN+. This game is a great opportunity for the Buffs to claim their first Big 12 win, considering the Cowboys only have 1 conference win. Colorado travels back home to face Brigham Young University at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, airing on ESPNU. In the 23 matchups between these teams, Colorado has never lost at home, winning all 12 meetings in Boulder dating back to 1902. The Buffs women's Hoopers take on the Cincinnati Bearcats in Ohio on Saturday at 4 p.m. airing on ESPN+. This game will be the second all-time meeting between these two schools. Colorado won the inaugural matchup last year by a score of 77-60. That's all I have for you today. I'm Matt Spivak with this week's Rapid Fire.
Thank you, Matt. It is now time to reveal the answer to the trivia question of the week. We asked what was the worst start to conference play in Tad Boyle's 15-year tenure. May I get a drum roll?
Welcome back to the CU Rec Center Ice Rink, where we are ready to begin period number 3 here with the Colorado Buffaloes and the Sioux Cougars. Face-off is won by the Cougars here. to start off this third period. Still 20 seconds to go on this Cougars power play. But they are forced to retreat back to their own zone with 15 seconds remaining. Watch out. Here comes Kovacs with wheels in front, can't connect with his teammate, number 7, Ethan Biggs. Cross-ice pass, another shot goes wide. Another trip there. Sioux wanted a tripping call, they're not gonna get one. Santa Maria chasing the puck. With Arthur Street breaks up that play. Here's Santa Maria. Across to Somoski. Santa Maria. Excuse me. Puck is loose in the corner. Behind the net. Luke Dow chipped it kind of high. Here comes David Lefkis along the boards. Back out into the offensive zone. His offensive zone. That's deflected high up into the netting and out of play.
Yeah, during the intermission, the officials consulted with captains from both teams on the ice and laying out a bit of a precedent for what it's going to be this period. And as we saw, the physicality definitely ramping up towards the end of that second period, and officials wanting to limit it, but also still likely going to let certain stuff go. We've seen it a little bit to start this period off, but it's going to be interesting to watch.
Face-off control by the Buffaloes. Broken up here. Here's Post with a chance. 1-on-2, cross-ice pass with a shot, goes wide. As Alexandrov will apply the pressure in the opposite direction. And a big hit on the official. And he just waves it off like he just waves off the icing or the offsides like there was nothing happened.
Official,
right back up.
Official can take it, so I figure the other players can too. That's why they're letting stuff go.
Of course. Here comes Post. That was cross-ice pass intended for Zambaro. He's not going to get there. Alexandrov in the corner trying to get it. That goes out to Aiden Habel looking for help. Here comes Habel up the middle. That's a shot high and gloved by Riley. Just about 2 minutes in, we've already seen a lot of pressure from both sides.
Yeah, it's been a lot of back and forth pressure. Team's not really slow. Neither team really slowing it down, and at this point, you kind of figured that would be the case. Third period, got to start putting that pressure on in a big way, and especially for the Cougars now as they trail by 3.
There's Nick DePonio attempting the face-off against Jacob Kovacs, who's been instrumental this game. Another chance here for Chaffee, chasing it. And he'll come away with it, try to get it back to his teammate, and he will. Puck is loose in front. Great chance there, but no connection was made. Luna was tripped up at the blue line. Cross-ice pass to Blonda. Come to Chaffee with a one-timer. That goes just wide. And another puck has gone up into the netting.
Yeah, the puck flying all over the place. I think it's a symptom of the aggressiveness we're seeing, but yeah, both teams being aggressive. And on that possession, though, the Cougars were slowing it down a little bit. They're spacing the puck out a little bit, set up that one-timer, but still not able to generate any scoring off of it, as it's truly been an incredible game for Aaron Solomon in the net.
Here's Kovacs attempting it once again against Alex Book. Kovacs has been instrumental with winning these faceoffs, but that time will not come away with it, as Simpson is in pursuit of the puck, and Willis chips it back out, or excuse me, Johnson. Here's Polacek. Polacek in the corner with the puck. Let's put out to Chris Valco. Puck is loose in front. Simpson coming away with it. Here's Valco. Great defense. Puck is in the neutral zone. Johnson versus Johnson coming away with it. Here comes Chaffee. Cross-ice pass now with a shot, goes high. Puck is kept in the zone. Another shot, and that goes just wide of Solomon. Puck is at the half wall. Esposito comes out to center, swings it around, and that goes just wide once again. So many chances here. Save by Solomon. Solomon in front. Esposito with a shot broken up by Johnson. McDonald chasing it for the Cougars, and that's gloved by Riley. Holy cow, what a chance there for the Cougars, setting up all those shots on, so many shots on goal, but they were just, a lot of them were going wide. So many chances there.
Yeah, that's been a real theme for them to this point in the game. You got to understand their frustration. They've generated a lot of shots on goal, haven't been able to push one across yet, though. It's been a great game for Solomon, and the Buffs have rallied around him to clear the puck out of their zone, and it's been working for them on defense all game long.
Puck is loose. Luke Dow is chasing it, trying to get the breakaway, will not get there as it's picked up by Daniel Guzzo. Guzzo in the corner. Excuse me, behind the net, rather. Puck is loose. Guzzo trying to come away with it as Luke Dow trying to break up that play, and he does. Puck is at the half wall. Excuse me, now it's out into the neutral zone for Blonda. And that's cross-ice pass to Cameron Lemke. Blonda. Excuse me, that is Russell Oldham. Puck is at the half wall again. Patones with another big hit. And here comes his 2-on-2. Patones out to Nick DePonio. Here's Patones with a chance out in front, and that is an easy stick save for Gil Riley. Trennis Riley. Puck is loose out in front. No clear possession. Straight chance goes after it. And it becomes an icing against the Cougars. Another face-off in the Cougars zone. Another chance here for the Buffs to make this a 4-0 lead just inside 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is going to be a test in this third period to see how much resilience the Cougars have in them. Winning these face-offs and maintaining possession of the puck is going to be crucial as we come down the stretch.
Speaking of the face-off, another sloppy one, but ultimately taken away by David Lefkis. Kept in the zone. That got the chance. Lefkis can't connect with it, and that goes really the lay of game penalty there, but puck stays down. Here's Lefkis. Back out towards Jenin. Chance picks it up as Solomon comes out to play it. And here's Thomas Knapp around to Chance. Alexandrov chasing the puck. It's taken away by Willis. Santa Maria has it right at center ice in the neutral zone. Alexandrov, but we're going to get a penalty here, and it will be against the Buffaloes.
And that's a bit of that's an unfortunate fumble there for the Buffaloes. Able to keep the puck down on that side of the ice for the majority of this the start of this period to this point, but throwing it away on a penalty there is a bit unfortunate. But this is right here, you got to be excited if you're the Cougars, and you got to know that these are the types of chances you're going to have to start capitalizing on.
Face-off won by the Cougars with a chance here. Another chance here. The puck is loose in front, and a great save by Solomon. Stromansky tried to keep it in the zone at the blue line, but just couldn't, and he forces his Esposito coming up the ice. Windsor checked by Batones. Briefly, Chaffee has the puck in the corner. Mosky in front. Tried to get the redirect. Puck is still loose. Mosky at the blue line. Here's Chaffee setting up a shot. Cross-ice pass to Esposito. All-time leading scorer, looking to get another point on the board for his Cougars tonight. And keep that streak alive. One-timer save by Solomon. Puck is still loose in the corner as Cameron Lemick tried to come away with it. Here's Esposito again. Cross-ice pass to Chaffee. Shot save! Solomon! And that puck is deflected high, but not up into the netting. And it looks like we're going to get another penalty here for high sticking.
And another costly penalty here, and But we have seen a bit of the physicality taking a step back to start the period. It's definitely something we could see starting to heat back up, but despite the penalties, it has been of note that both teams have seemed to calm down at least a little bit from what we saw at the end of that second period.
That puck is cleared out of the zone. The rocket from, I believe that was Arthur Street. And now the puck is behind the net, and it's picked up again by Johnson. Here's a chance here of Axon coming. Closing in fast, wraps around behind. Here's Johnson. Waiting for players. No shot. Here's Johnson again. Kovacs. Cross ice pass. Number 15 with a shot, and that goes wide. Santa Maria in front. Puck is loose, and a great stop there by Aaron Solomon as he came out of his own net. What a play. 8 seconds to go on this Cougars power play.
Yeah, that's a huge stop there with the power play in effect. And right now the Cougars taking a bit of it's an interesting approach right now. They're moving it back. They're taking shots from a lot more distance, not getting that was the first time we saw them really move the puck down near the goalie box since the start of this period. And it's something you would have probably liked to see more from them in this power play to try and get a scoring opportunity. Broken stick there on Luke Dow, and he rushes back to his bench, and Thomas Knapp comes on to replace him. Haven't seen a whole lot of broken sticks here in this season thus far. It's definitely first. Puck is loose in front. Another chance there. Great save by Solomon. Holy cow. That was a rocket coming in. Nearly snuck by. Willis with a shot, and that's saved again by Solomon. Levkis has the puck, and he's going to wrap it around and pass it back to Thomas Knapp. Here comes Kovney. Alexandrov and Levkis with another chance. Great save. Puck is loose. Great save by Riley. Holy cow. Thomas Knapp retreats back into his own zone. Once again, as Josh Jenin is with there. Excuse me, Aiden Habel. Here's another chance here for Chafee. Or Chaffee. That's pass on the wall. Starzomski keeps it in the zone for his Cougars. It's back out at center ice, and that's chipped back into the corner. Knapp chasing it, as is Kovacs. Puck is still loose at the half wall, and that's ultimately shot high out of the zone. No icing. Kozlowski chips it back, and Chris Valco is there to pick it up. Miscommunication. The pass was intended for Diego Batones. Puck is in front here. Another chance here. Great stop! Great stop by Solomon. Unbelievable save, and the goalies exchanging incredible saves during that during their possessions, and that one for Riley, it made it through his legs, and both of his defensemen coming in clutch to pull it back out of the goalie box, but then coming back down on the other end, Solomon able to do a good job and hang in there for his team. Here goes the Cougars with another face-off win just inside the 10-minute mark. Nick DePonio has it in the corner. Diego Batones chips it back behind, tries to wrap it around, will not do so. Puck is loose. Nick DePonio comes away with it again at the half wall, and now it's in the corner. Thomas able to keep it in, and that's going to be offsides against the Buffs, as Chris Valco is just over the blue line. Yeah, this is going to be crucial for the Buffaloes, staying on top of those penalties, making sure they're keeping them to a minimum as you go down the stretch in this game. Even with the comfortable lead, that's one of the easiest ways to give a game away, is by giving up penalties like that. Here's Patones, turns it over to Santa Maria.
That's back out to Polacek. As Chase Johnson chases that puck down and clears it for his Cougars. As Chris Valco comes into the corner, and he's checked. Santa Maria trying to pick up the puck for the Cougars. Tones, another shot by McDonald. That's kept out easily by Solomon as that shot is high, nearly going into the Buffs bench. Both sides will get a change here as we approach as we are at the 9-minute mark.
Yeah, and with it being at the 9-minute mark, it's going to be interesting. We've seen a lot of, so far to start off this period, a lot of pucks going into the netting, a lot of face-offs for both teams, and for the most part been going the Buffaloes' way, and when they have been going the way of the Cougars, just haven't been able to capitalize. Going to need it here.
Puck is loose here, lots of turnovers here to start this play. Street picks it up behind his net. Luke Dow trying to get a stick on it. Puck is still loose. Cougars come away with it. McDonald at the half wall off the leg of Street. Puck is still loose. Simpson trying to pick it up, but now it's in the corner. And a big check in the corner. We'll get penalties here. Bit of a trip up there in the corner. So the physicality is once again coming back to haunt these two teams here in the third.
And officials deciding to answer it. You know, this is we definitely saw some bigger hits than that in the first and second period, but I think as I mentioned, the officials were converging with both teams going into that second intermission, and I think just going to be we could see it toned down a little bit here with how the tensions were rising towards the end of that second period.
Alex Book goes to the box for the Buffaloes. Obviously another major loss, and Cougars will get another chance here on the power play. Investigators on the ice. Chaffee back out to Slomovsky. Chaffee again. Here's Esposito. Slomovsky. Pass intended for, here's Slomovsky again at the blue line. Out to Esposito. Looking for room. Great defense by the assistant captain, Sault Ranch. Just inside the 8-minute mark. The Cougars come out once again. Here's Windsor looking for help from Klomovsky. And Chaffee and Stormovsky double teaming Diego Batones. Esposito out to Stormovsky. Here's Chaffee closing in. Great save by Solomon. Just over a minute to go here in the power play as we round the 7.5-minute mark.
Solomon handling another chance there for the Cougars, and I mean at this point it's starting to feel for the Cougars like it's feeling a little helpless at this point. It definitely makes it interesting, the approach that they're taking, trying to go for these longer range shots, which he's been able to knock down with ease. Got to try and push something up closer to the net and put some pressure on him.
Puck is still loose. Here's Johnson trying to set up a shot off the skate of Luke Dow. It looked like another chance for a one-timer on Kovacs. What a chance there as the zone is cleared and Johnson chases after the puck in his own zone. Here comes Johnson with the pressure, waiting for help from Oldham. Johnson trying to get the wraparound pass out to Oldham, will not connect. There's that defense that we are all too familiar with the box net, and Simpson with a almost football tackle there. This isn't football, this is hockey. 15 seconds here in the power play as we round the 6.5-minute mark. And one last chance here for the Cougars out in front. Wood trying to get the wraparound and Kovacs trying to pick it up, and he's tripped up just behind the net as that power play penalty is killed by the Buffaloes yet again. Santa Maria, cross-ice pass intended for Wood. That shot, it goes high. Another trip there. Number 18, Anthony Blonda. Puck is handled in the corner. Alexandrov with a shot, saved by Riley.
Buffalo's taking their time at this point, draining the clock out, and that's what you got to do. You know, you want to keep it. Solomon's giving you a great game, but you want to keep it on the right side of the ice as much as you can. Solomon on that play, just another incredible few saves there. One of them just with the pad, stretching it back across to the other side of the net. He has been an incredible contributor for them in this game, and so far holding the Cougars to a shutout.
Thomas Knapp shoots it back into the zone. Puck is handled, waiting for Tomovsky. Novello turned over to Trey Chance, and here's Josh Jenin with a chance here in front of the net. David Levkis handles the puck, trying to get the wraparound. That's back out to Thomas Knapp, trying to connect with Levkis, will not do so. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Levkis keeps it in the zone for his buff. Alexandrov tries to connect with Jenin. Here's Levkis with a chance in front. Great save. Oh, they score! Another goal for the Buffaloes. This just became a 4-0 game as David Levkis put him on the board once again. Or excuse me, no. Dominic Alexandrov. What a beauty there out in front. It was a bit sloppy, but he was able to sneak it past. Trenton Riley and give the Buffs a 4-0 lead just inside the 5-minute mark here in the third.
And the Buffaloes have been doing a great job capitalizing off exactly those plays, those sloppy plays around the net. They've been able to make order out of the chaos. They've scored a few of their goals off of that to this point, and that has really been where they have thrived in this game.
Gloved out of the air. Shot by Johnson, gloved out of the air by Solomon. Let's put down for a big check in the corner as the puck comes out to post. Alanka. Back out to Johnson. Here's a chance for post here. There's a shot, another glove save by Aaron Solomon.
Solomon, a couple more glove saves there. And the Buffaloes now feeling confident, just needing to hold strong, and Cougars losing their energy. You've seen the chippiness and the energy that was in them beforehand starting to drain out of them with 4.5 remaining.
The boys were hoping to come in and pull off a win against this tough Colorado team. Has not gone their way thus far. That's a high. That puck is sticked high into the air. There's Wood trying to set up a chance for a redirect as we get close to the 4-minute mark. And here comes Noel Sinicki out in front with another chance, trying to draw out Riley, that is. Like you said, Liam, that's where the Buffs thrive. Draw out the goalie and sneak it right past him. We're not able to capitalize on that particular play. Let's see what happens here as the puck is in the corner. And Aiden Johnson trying to come away with it, but that's ultimately picked up by Kyle Finateri. Puck is shipped back into the corner. And out comes Lomovsky. Here's Patones at the half wall trying to maintain control of the puck, and we're going to get a penalty called here. It's going to be cross-checking against the Cougars. That is Caleb Wood. So power play chance here for the Buffaloes to make this a 5-0 game with 3:13 to go here in the third.
And the Buffs just now playing possession, playing the clock, and with this power play in effect, going to be able to have their way, provided a win in the face-off.
Tones wins it for his Buffaloes, but it's quickly picked up by Liam McDonald for the Sioux. There goes Alexandrov. Cross-ice pass. Here's Patones trying to get a chance here. Another check by the official in the exact same spot we saw in the second. Here's Winston. Penalty clock, or game clock operator having some trouble getting the penalty on the board here in the rink, but we have it here on our broadcast. Here's Diego Patones again, trying to set up a shot with Nick DePonio. Patones can't shot, or pass by DePonio can't connect, and now the puck is loose in the corner. Here comes some more physicality. Luke Dow trying to pick it up at the corner. We'll get a stoppage of play here. Another penalty coming here.
Couple penalties, another big hit laid out there. Same official. He's having a bit of a rough day out here today and about ready for the weekend to get rolling again. But man, this is the Buffalo's now just having their way, and Patones with some great puck handling there before that hit, and they are now just looking to bleed this clock out and prevent any turnovers, prevent shots on goal, play the game the right way down the stretch.
Just over 2:15 to go here in the third period as Luke Dow goes to the box for the Buffaloes. They will have 17 seconds at full strength at the end of this game. Here's David Lefkis again with a chance. Trying to come around. Shot goes high. Hit the netting. Another great save there by Trentus Riley.
And Lefkis with another great opportunity there to just put this game even further out of reach, and unfortunately sailed on him a little bit, but still though going to be able to have the possession on the Cougars side of the ice. We just need to keep winning faceoffs and controlling the puck at this point.
Face-off control by the Cougars. It's picked up by Cameron Lemke. Lemke out to Chaffee. Broken up by Book. Lemkis with another chance here as he'll be double-teamed. Here comes Esposito. Trying to make something happen, but quickly retreats to his own zone while his team makes a quick change. Esposito with a shot, save by Solomon. Yet again, around a minute and a half to go here in this third period.
And a minute and a half away from a shutout for Solomon as he makes another great save there. What a part he's played in this game today, and now hoping to hold on to that shutout, provided a win from the Buffs on this faceoff.
Starzomski fires, goes wide. Puck is loose. Here comes the energy. Sal Dranch turns it over. It's kept in the zone. Great stick work. Here's Starzomski. Another chance broken up. Kovacs. Arthur Street with the pursuit. Puck is kept in at the blue line by Starzomski. In front here. Kovacs out to Starzomski. Another shot goes wide. Post picks it up. Tries to connect with Kovacs. And there's Blonda. And that is a pass intended for Wood. Cannot connect as we just round around the 40-second mark here in the third period. McDonald, Cougar, desperate to get at least 1 point on the board to prevent this shutout. Still in the zone. Here's Johnson. Another chance in front. Can't connect with Wood. And here comes Chance, who will clear the zone and effectively kill this penalty. 17 seconds here in the third period. Another chance here. Here comes Windsor. Esposito in the area. 5 seconds to go here in the third period. Esposito desperate to get a shot off. Johnson fires toward the net, and they will not get the point. And ladies and gentlemen, another shutout this season for the Colorado Buffaloes at home here in Boulder. What a game.
What a game for Aaron Solomon and Luke Dow and the rest of this defense. They were firing on all cylinders from puck drop. And even when they were in points where they were losing faceoffs and possession was favoring the Cougars, they were still able to hold them off what a game for Solomon as his teammates celebrate him, mobbing him after an incredible showing.
And as these teams meet at center ice for the handshake, what I say is the greatest tradition in all sports. At least that's what my mom says, but I mean, I have to agree with her here. As the few remaining spectators applaud the Buffs and the Cougars on an amazing game. What you got? Though you may have been shut out as coming all the way from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, you have to be proud of the effort that your team put in. It was not the result that you wanted, but there were so many chances there, and they did not back down for 1 second.
Yeah, lots to look forward to for the Cougars, and lots to build on going in from this game. Obviously, they were able to generate a lot of shots on goal, and a lot of the time, as a coach, that is all you can ask. You can't really do if the opposing goalie is going to have a great performance. You can't really do a whole ton about that. They're generating good shots on goal, open shots, but just not able to get a lot of them going. Their defense started to slip towards the end of the game, but that sort of comes naturally with fatigue. Just happened to be on the lesser end of it. Now the Buffaloes clear it out after an incredible game.
And as the Buffs salute their home crowd, they will retreat to their locker room and gear up for tomorrow's matchup, which we will be back here covering at 3 p.m. tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you folks then. Thank you all for tuning in this evening to Sco Buff Sports. On behalf of Nick Evans, our producer, Tyler Phillips on camera, alongside Liam Howard, I'm Kieran Warger saying so long from the CU Rec Center Ice Rink. And remember, you heard it here first.